It's Friday, and it's a big day.
It's a big day. Why is it a big day, Henry?
I think because everybody's getting ready for the Sternwheel Festival.
Yes.
Taking place this weekend. So we're here at the Marietta Levee Wall, and you can see right behind us
so many boats.
Sternwheels. So far, the past couple of scans have shown really the rotation starting to weaken, but we are still going to be staying on air until this tornado warning has passed. But that's actually one of the events you guys are going to be hosting, Science on the Sphere, but there's also some other events that the public's going to be able to see down in Charleston.
Yeah, so they'll have a chance to come into the forecast office and see how operations run on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, so we're still tracking that line of storms moving through the Mid Ohio Valley. Already got a report this morning from Ohio University Airport getting a gust up to 40 miles per hour with that storm moving through. So we'll keep an eye on that throughout the entire morning, especially moving into daybreak. So far through Parkersburg and Marietta, we're still staying dry, waiting for that line of storms moving through. But when we take a look at that current radar, starting to think I can hear the rain on the roof right now. But anyway, that's starting to move into Parkersburg right now. Plenty of lightning associated with it. New special weather statement out until 6:15 this morning. Still main threat wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. So if you're heading to work right now, probably might want to delay that a little bit, because these are going to be some very heavy downpours, especially along I-77. We're back out here in the Daybreak Garden, and unfortunately I lost Dave, who is right here hiding behind the humongous tomato plants that we have. Welcome back.
Oh, it's been over a month.
I have.
Seen vacations and all kinds of other stuff. But the supersonic or Jetstar that we got, I mean, and that liquid fertilizer, unbelievable.
I mean, over the past couple weeks while you were gone, we've dealt with plenty of heavy rain. We got like 6 inches of rain for the month of August here, and also the hot weather, which is going to be returning, but I mean, our plants made it through. Good morning, everybody. We're going to be tracking a active 48 hours across the Middle Ohio Valley, mainly thinking about this as a 3-course meal. So your drink for today is going to be that localized flooding risk that's going to be possible with some of those heavy downpours later into the afternoon and especially through the overnight hours, with an appetizer being a marginal severe weather threat, again, mainly through the overnight hours. But that main course that we've been talking about since earlier this week is going to be those gusty winds, potentially gusting all the way up to around 60 miles per hour. And that is all because of this potent low pressure system that's been developing through the Central Plains overnight last night. And we're still going to be tracking that as it pushes off towards the east, bringing us the rain for this morning. And this is also going to be the same thing that's going to be bringing in a lot of severe weather throughout the Midwest. For us here in the Middle Ohio Valley, we're going to be seeing a marginal threat, with the main issue going to be gusty winds through the overnight hours. But I'll show you that when we get to our future cast in a minute. But first, throughout your Friday, that excessive rainfall risk is going to be there. We're looking at a marginal threat throughout the Middle Ohio Valley because of some of those downpours possible. Now, it's mainly just going to be through the morning, early afternoon, still going to be looking at a few possible heavy downpours, and then we'll get a break. But then, as we get into tonight, we'll look at that chance for a few thunderstorms starting to develop, and then the squall line is going to start to develop, bringing in some gusty winds with that line. It's not going to be with us until we get to around the 4 o'clock hour, so you'll have to keep an eye on that. But by the time it does get towards us, it is expected to start weakening a little bit. And then we get to the main course, which is on Saturday. So for right now, as of this morning, we still have that high wind watch in effect and the wind advisory, both go into effect at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning all the way through 8 p.m. Saturday evening. If the forecast hold, that high wind watch is expected to be turned into a high wind warning when we get into this evening because of those gusty winds potentially getting up to around 60 miles per hour. We could see some gusts between 30 and 40 today, and then overnight tonight we will start to quiet down. So tomorrow morning it's going to be calm. We will start to see some sunshine, but that's going to help to mix in that high winds expected aloft and then start to bring that down to the surface. So some of us could be getting gusts up to around 60. Most of us mainly between 50 and 55 miles per hour. And this will all start to quiet down when we get into Saturday evening and for your Sunday, where we'll see plenty of sunshine. But just to make sure, we are going to be seeing some of those wind gusts getting up to around 60 miles per hour. So we are definitely going to be seeing the potential for some downed trees and even some power outages. But we will keep you updated throughout the rest of the day and into your Saturday here on WTAP.
And there's a little bit of oil in our skillet over there.
Which oil?
The oil's on the left.
Making sure I know my lefts and my rights. So just a little bit?
Yeah, about 2 tablespoons there. There you go.
Ooh.
And I will hand this over to you. So we're just gonna throw that in the skillet. We're just gonna get a nice little sear on that to finish cooking it. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna keep an eye on that, but we still have another system to get through. This next one is what's gonna help to produce those severe thunderstorms later on. So we do have that enhanced risk for strong storms today, looking across most of the region, which means we're gonna look at numerous reports of strong to severe thunderstorms into the afternoon. So far, the main threat is going to be damaging winds, and yes, most of West Virginia is in that red, which means going to be looking at numerous wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. But not only that, we can't rule out that isolated tornado threat. So let's time that out with Futurecast. We'll get rid of that first line of storms this morning. If we can clear out some of that cloud cover this morning, then we'll start to see those storms fire up after lunchtime and continuing into the afternoon. And since we'll see multiple heavy rain events going on, can't rule out that localized flooding threat as well. So we'll continue to watch that. And then heading into the overnight hours, we'll slowly start to quiet down. After that, we're going to be looking at plenty of sunshine moving into Tuesday and Wednesday.
There were so many fun events over the weekend, all throughout the Mid-Ohio Valley, and great weather for the weekend.
I'm glad the weather was great for the weekend and that we're moving these thunderstorms to today. No, we've been keeping an eye on that sky cam. It was knocked out for a couple minutes, but we've been seeing so many cloud to ground lightning strikes, especially right now. And even looking off in the distance, I'm looking at the Marietta sky cam. Still so many lightning strikes. So if you're heading out the door this morning, you may want to hold off on that just for a little bit longer. You do not want to be caught out with lightning like this.
Yeah.